they're not a bad person, but they've been through experiences in life that have... Hi guys, I am back with another video. I hope that you all are doing well and shining your beautiful light bright. So I'm making this video, which is a little bit different for me because I just feel that I'm at a different stage in my life, and I do want to show vulnerability, and I do want to let it be known the things that I have gone through in the past that have led me to be the woman that I am today. And I just want to say that everything in life happens for a reason, and whatever you experience in your life, you have to experience it to get to the places that you want to be. You have to go through traumatic experiences. You have to go through hard situations. You have to experience things that other people might not experience, but you're experiencing it for a reason. You're going through something for a reason, no matter how minor you may feel that it be or how grand you may feel that it be. You're going through it for a reason. So the experiences that I've been through, they've made me the woman that I am today. They've made me the mother, the daughter, and the person that I am today. And I am grateful that I went through this experience, and I am grateful for them because that person taught me a lot. I'm very appreciative, and it takes a different level of growth for me to say that about them, that I am grateful for them and I am appreciative of them. But I do have to say that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here where I am today, as the woman that I am today, as the person that I am today. It's kind of a hard pill for me to swallow, to talk about it, because I really don't like letting my business be known, especially on the internet, whereby it's gonna be around for forever. It's going to be around even after I die. So I kind of want to be careful with the things that I say and what I put out there, and the way that I frame certain things, because it's like it's gonna be around even after I die. So basically, in a way, this is my legacy. So I don't like really talking about personal things, but I feel that if I talk about it, it could probably inspire someone else, and it could serve as motivation for someone else. First of all, I want to say that the person who I was before is no longer the person that I am today. I am a completely different person, and it's totally okay to reinvent yourself. You have your whole life to continue to reinvent yourself. There's no reason why you should always be the same person throughout your life. I mean, you can have the same qualities, you can have the same morals, you can have the same principles, but the point is to evolve it into growing, flourishing, being better. And something that doesn't grow is dead. So as a human being, you have to continue to grow. You have to continue to flourish. You have to continue evolving yourself. With that being said, I was never a bad person, but I did have certain qualities about myself that were not the best. I was a bit mean, I was a bit rude, I was very demanding, I was very bossy, I was very egotistical. I really didn't like speaking to anybody because I thought that I was better than people. I thought that my point of view was the only correct point of view. I didn't really understand different perspectives. So I want to say I am sorry to the woman that I have hurt before, or the people that I have hurt before, due to me being ignorant and due to me seeing things a certain kind of way from another person's point of view and not having my own perspective, not taking the initiative to see things for myself. So this goes into a relationship that I was in for 6 years. I was with this person since I was 17 years old, since I was a senior in high school. And I dealt with them for 6 years. They're not a bad person, but they've been through experiences in life that have traumatized them. So in them going through that experience, they have mirrored those experiences with the people that they have dealt with. And I was one of those people. But they're really not a bad person. Like, they really have the heart of gold. This person, they would give you the shirt off their back if they had to. They would give you the sneakers off of their feet if they had to. There's nothing that they wouldn't do for you if they saw that you really needed it. They're always coming through for people. They're always giving. They would give you the last $20 that they had in their pocket if they had to. They're not a bad person, and they've been there the best way that they knew how to be there for me. And we have a good relationship now because I've learned to control my emotional response to them. I've learned to control my emotional reaction to them. I have forgiven them and I have forgiven myself. Forgiving myself was really important. And forgiving them was next, but forgiving them was first because I felt like I should have known better. I should have done something differently. I should have walked away sooner. I shouldn't have accepted that. I should have valued myself, but I needed to experience it. And that's what has led me here. And you need to go through the things that you don't want in life to know what you do want. And there's nothing that I would change. There's nothing that I would do differently. I would do the same things over again if it meant that it would lead me to be the woman that I am today. So I am grateful. You have to be grateful for these experiences. That is like the final stage of you evolving. Being grateful for everything that you've been through, the good, the bad, the ugly. It was put in your life for a reason. And, you know, all I can say is just thank you to the Most High for letting me experience this and letting me realize what I need moving forward and what it is that I want for myself in my life. And I just want to talk about the things that I've experienced. And I'm not putting the blame on that person because I have to take accountability for my actions and my way of thinking. I was so young, right? When you're 17 years old, you're still developing. Your brain is not fully developed until it's 25 years old. So I was still in a development stage. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know anything. I didn't know nothing. I was a child. I was a young girl. Even though I looked way older, mentally, I was still a young girl. So I let someone else manipulate me. And it was in a way that, of course, it was to their benefit. There was a lot of gaslighting, a lot of confusion, a lot of blame shifting, a lot of minimizing problems, you know, a lot of contradiction. It was a lot of just withholding information. It was a lot. It was a moment in my life where I was confused. Being that I didn't know how to think for myself, I was letting someone else think for me. And there was a lot of feeling powerless, a lot of me not knowing who I am and not really trying to figure it out because I was so busy just being a mom, being a daughter, going to school, working. I was busy taking care of that person. It was a lot. It was a lot on my shoulders and I had to carry it around with me. I wasn't putting myself first. I was putting everything else ahead of myself. And there was a lot of ego involved. It was me feeling like because I had this person in my life, I was the best thing walking around. Because I was so spoiled, like anything that I wanted, I got. You know, they would go to the store, they would say, they would call me, you want this, you want that, like, don't worry, I got you. And that was an effort of them making up for all the things that they were doing behind my back. So it was like a lot of controlling behavior, like, oh, don't wear that, wear this, or don't go here, don't go there, go here, do this, do that. And it may seem minimal, it may seem like, oh, a person telling you to wear certain things is not a bad thing, but I let them choose my sense of style for me. And of course, I had the option to say what I wanted, but it was based off what they would like, and it wasn't based off what I really liked. With all of that being said, there were a lot of other women that I had to deal with because that's just what came with the person. And within that person dealing with those other females, that brought a lot of problems into my life. It brought a lot of problems into their life. It brought a lot of problems to everyone who was involved. It brought so much problems that these people were making fake pages and stalking me on Instagram and writing me behind fake pages and saying very hurtful things. And I take accountability for all of the hurtful things that I said back. And it was very bad. Like, it was like... It's not funny, but it's like the way that I would speak was like, I really didn't give a fuck. I was so ruthless in the way that I would be talking. And now, like, looking back on it, reflecting and, you know, just thinking about all of the hurtful things that I said before, I want to apologize. I want to take accountability for my words and my actions. They were coming from a place of hurt, a place of confusion, a place of not knowing who Rosani is and seeing myself through this other person's eyes and moving how they were moving and doing what they were doing in terms of behavior, in terms of action, in terms of speaking to other people. It was very ruthless. I cared about myself in a way that I put everything before myself. I put my actions and my behaviors to act like that person, which was, you know, mean. And when you're dealing with someone who has trauma and the trauma is unresolved, they mirror that trauma onto you. So it's like you're walking around with that trauma. You are also experiencing that trauma. And that's what I was going through. I was experiencing the same trauma that that person was experiencing. The trauma of them not really knowing who they are. The trauma of them wanting to do certain things to escape, to find ways to not really take accountability for their actions, and just creating a whole loop of confusion for everyone. I realized that you cannot love a person if they do not love themselves. No matter how much you try to love them, no matter how much you repeat yourself about becoming better and wanting better and being better for themselves and the people around them that look up to them. It was very hard for me. It was very difficult. You know, it was a lot of me feeling powerless, me feeling traumatized, me feeling depressed. I lost a lot of weight during that time because it was just so bad, everything that I was going through within myself. I felt so powerless because, you know, I was told, like, you know, no one is gonna love you like me. No one is gonna do the things that I'm doing for you like me. No one is really going to move the way that I move with you. It was that kind of feeling. And I was like, yo, like, I was like brainwashed. Like, yeah, like, I'm never really gonna find someone that's buying me what they're buying me. I'm really not gonna find anyone that is gonna do the things that they're doing for me. It was so minimal. It was like sneakers and clothes and jewelry. It was like not thinking big. It wasn't like houses and cars and things like that, you know. It was very childish things. It was very materialistic. It was what society paints to us as important, as you need to have these material things to be important. Society paints this picture, you know, even on Instagram, Facebook, that you need to have certain things to be considered a certain status. And it was like, I felt that I wanted those things and I was getting those things. I wanted to keep it going. It was like a reward. It was like I got a good thing and then I got a bad thing too, because I allowed certain behaviors from that person. I allowed them to treat me the way that they were treating me behind my back. It was so bad. It was a lot. And I was missing class because I was in college. So I was missing class. I was calling out of work all the time. I was obsessed with checking the Instagrams, checking for him, looking for him, calling him, texting. It was very obsessive behavior. It was so bad that I walked into work when I was working at Bed Bath & Beyond, and that same day I quit. And I was just like, I can't continue to work. Like, mentally, I'm not present. I walked in and I was like, I quit. And they were like, what you mean you quit? And I was just like, I quit. I was just like, I can't work right now. Like, I wasn't in the right state of mind. And it was so bad that I failed 2 classes in college. And I even wrote a letter to the Department of Sociology because it was a sociology class that I failed. It was 2 sociology classes that I failed, and I wrote a letter to the department asking them to take into consideration, and I put it in a way for them to have compassion towards me. And I had done all my work, but it was just that the teacher decided to fail me because I submitted the papers late. But I had passed my final exam, and I was like, you know, that's not right that you're failing me for turning in 2 papers late, and nowhere on the syllable does it say that you're not accepting late papers. So I was doing my work late. I wasn't doing my work on time. I was calling out of work a lot. I was missing class a lot. I had gotten into a fight 2 times because of this person. And like, if you really know me, I am a kind person. I am very polite. I've always been the type of person that no one really has issues with. Of course, there are people that don't like me, because sometimes when someone doesn't like you, it's because they're judging you. And people that judge others usually judge themselves. I might have had people that didn't like me for whatever reasons, but no one really that I had problems with. Like, no one really that would be like, yo, Rosani, I don't like you. I never had that. So I was a very likable person. You know, I got along with everybody. But once I started putting that person before myself, I started doing things that I normally wouldn't do. Like, I started writing girls. Like, I learned that if you are a woman, you don't have no business writing another woman, because that shows how insecure you are. That shows how much of a woman you think you are, how much you value yourself. So I was insecure about myself because they were dealing with other women behind my back. So I would write these women from my Instagram, and I would just like try to figure out what was going on. And it was very draining. So there came a time whereby there was this one person who really got to me, and I let them get to me, and I put myself in a position whereby I could lose it all. I could have lost my son. I could have lost my home. I could have lost everything. And me putting myself in that position really affected me. It really traumatized me. It really made me think about things a little bit differently. Like, I could lose it all within a matter of seconds because I decided to make a choice when I couldn't control my emotions. And I let myself get to the point whereby I was obsessive, I was controlling, I was powerless, I was rude, and I was a bitch. With me majoring in psychology and learning everything that I did in school, I applied certain subjects to my life, but I didn't really fully comprehend the importance of having an outlet for expressing yourself. I didn't realize the importance of having an outlet to express myself and then being self-aware. I was not self-aware at all. My mind was constantly on a loop of what that person was doing. Are they doing something behind my back? Where are they? It was like this loop just 24/7. And it was really bad. It was horrible. And the final straw for me was when I decided to really leave. Was when I realized that I felt so stuck in my life. I just felt like nothing was moving forward for me, and I started questioning myself, like, is this the life that I want to live? What is the future me doing right now? How is the future me living right now? Like, how is the future me treating myself right now? How is the future me treating my body? What is the future me doing? Is the future me sitting and thinking about what her man is doing? No, the future me is out there, putting myself out there, making money, valuing myself, seeing things as the reality. And the thing was that I didn't want to accept reality for what it was. And so I started looking for ways to escape my reality. I started looking for outlets. They were not good outlets. Nothing like super drugs. I wasn't, I don't want to say exactly what I was doing, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was things that society has normalized as okay, when it's really not okay because it's harmful to your body, it's harmful to your brain, like drinking. So it was a lot of, I don't want to continue going on the path that I'm going, because in the path that I'm going, it's not going to lead me to where I want to be and where I see the future, Rosani. So I had to figure out who I was. I had to figure out what is it that I want from life. I had to ask myself, what do I want from my son? What do I want from my future kids? Who is the future Rosani? And does the future me value myself? Does the future me want the best for myself? Does the future me see life as being a beautiful thing, as a blessing? Or does the future me seeing as life as something that you have to carry on your shoulders and you have to walk around with this 1,000-pound bag sitting on you, trying to make the best out of your life? I couldn't do that with 1,000 pounds on my back. I couldn't do that feeling that I had the world on my shoulders. I had to look for ways to improve myself. And so improving myself meant finding out what skills do I have and what are my assets and how can I use this to create something for myself. I've always really been aware of the way society moves, right? But I didn't really understand the veil that society covers your eyes with. I had to peek through the veil. I had to step out of that mentality. I had to reinvent myself. I had to reprogram my subconscious. I had to reprogram myself to value myself more, be more compassionate towards myself, be more loving to myself. That is one of the reasons why I am doing the things that I'm doing, right? I'm speaking about mentality. I'm speaking about mindset. I'm speaking about peeking through the veil that society has covered our eyes with. And I'm speaking about what really matters in your life. What is the purpose of life? What is the meaning behind life? And this is why I say that everyone goes through something within life, and these experiences that you go through are happening to you for a reason. It's happening to you to wake you up. It's happening to you to be comfortable with change. It's happening to you to see that don't ever feel too comfortable within a certain situation, because it has to evolve, and you have to evolve, and you have to grow. You have to become better. You have to see things differently, and you have to be open to different perspectives. You have to be open to seeing things differently. So with everything that I've been through, I needed to go through it, and I'm grateful that I did. As selfish as it may sound, or however messed up it sounds, I am grateful that I went through it, because it really opened my eyes. It really led me to the point where I am in my life. It led me here. It led me down this journey. It led me down this path. And things only get better from here. Right now, where you are in your life, it's not the final moment. The final moment will be when you're dead. That will be the final moment. But until then, keep on pushing through life. Keep on moving. Keep on going. Be comfortable with change. Be comfortable with leaving people in the past. And if you can't leave them in the past, be comfortable with allowing them to be in your space, but not getting into your brain. Controlling your emotional reaction to them. I wanted to speak from the heart with this video. I really wanted to talk about the things that I had been through that led me to where I am today. And I felt that I was carrying it, even though, okay, I journaled and I spoke to certain people about it. It's different when you can let it out, when you can release it, and you may not care. Like, you may not care about what I've been through, but what I have been through is inspiring others, because I am sharing the messages that come to me. I am giving a message to people that need to hear it. And I want to apologize to those females that I've hurt in the past and that I've said mean things to. I was lost. I was reflecting what that person was reflecting onto me, which was trauma. And I'm in a point in my life where I just want the best for everyone. I wish peace and healing upon people that need it. I hope that people are able to accept people for who they are and not be judgmental about it and not be so harsh on them about it. The best thing that you can do is just control yourself, control your emotions, and try your best to be as understanding to that person as you can be. When you're constantly being negative to a person, what that does is that it just pushes them away from you. So you have to show understanding. You have to show patience. You have to show positivity, that even though they're doing what they're doing, you're allowing them to, but they're not getting into your space. They're not making you react a certain kind of way. And I feel really bad for the other woman because they don't understand that person. And you have to learn, and I think that they've learned that you can't continue to repeat yourself. It's gonna drive you down a shit show, and then you won't show up for the people that really need you the most as you can be. And even though you want to leave them behind, and you want things to be a certain way, and you want them to act a certain kind of way, you can't make anyone act the way that they don't want to act. You cannot make anyone see what they don't want to see. You cannot make anyone do whatever they don't want to do. So with that being said, I hope that everyone is able to see it for what it is, accept reality, and then decide to move on. Be a little bit nicer, be a little bit kinder to each other. I know that there are some people that still don't like me to this day. And I want to say, I don't know if I'll ever talk to them. I don't know if we'll ever get to a place whereby we can be there for each other, or we can communicate with each other. I don't know. We might not ever, because everyone experiences reality in a different way. There could be 10 of us looking at one object, and each of us can describe the object differently. It won't ever be the same. And that's really the beauty about reality, that it's your own perspective. But are you making sure that your perspective is close to the truth? Are you making sure that your perspective is encompassing everybody else's perspective, everybody else's reality? Are you being open to it, or are you being closed off? I don't want to carry certain things anymore on me, and I feel that I had to speak about this, and I had to show vulnerability, because it is something that it's a part of me. And with it being a part of me, I can't dismiss it. I can't erase it. I can't not ever think about it. I can't not ever push it back to my mind as if it didn't happen, because it did. And I did experience it. So you have to embrace it. And I'm embracing it because I'm in a different stage of my life whereby I want the best for everyone. I wish peace upon everyone. I want everyone to heal themselves. I want there to be peace within my life. And for there to be peace within my life, I have to embrace everything that I've experienced. I have to embrace everything that I have done. And I have to be accountable for my actions. I have to be accountable for my words. And I feel with this video, I am being accountable. I am holding my words. I am holding myself accountable. I am expressing what I cannot express to the other people because of where they are in their life. And if I could heal from it, then you can definitely heal from it too, and come out being better and come out being stronger, because that's what challenges are supposed to make you do within life. So yes, the point of this video was like a public apology to those that I have hurt in the past, and I don't want to carry the weight on my shoulders anymore. So I hope that my story can help any of those women that are experiencing the brainwash, experiencing the mental abuse. Become more aware of yourself, and don't let others determine who you are. Determine for yourself who you are and who you want to be and who is the future you. We have such an amazing opportunity by just waking up every single day of our life, and to spend this opportunity and this gift of life dwelling on the past and dwelling upon how others have hurt you and what others are not doing for you. It's a very negative space to be in. So I hope that, you guys like this video and share this video, subscribe. Life gets better every single day as long as you are open to making it better, as long as you are open to making yourself better, as long as you are taking care of yourself. And you need to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And that's something that I learned. You have to make sure that you're okay before trying to be there for someone else. And realize that you can't control anyone else. You can only control yourself, your decisions, and your emotions. It doesn't matter how much you repeat yourself to that other person. If they do not want the same for themselves, then nothing that you can say, nothing that you can do is going to change them. And your actions in trying to hurt them is only hurting you. So comment down below if you've experienced similar situations and what did you do to help you come out of that hole that you were in, come out of that well that you were in. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, be better, do better, and know better. That is all that you have within this life, within this gift. So use it to your full ability. Later, guys.